They say the scariest monsters are the ones we invite inside our homes. The ones who smile at us from behind screens. The ones who learn what we like, what we fear, what we will reward with likes, shares, and applause. But sometimes, the hunger for attention becomes more dangerous than the hunger for revenge. And in one small town, a teenager learned the price of viral fame was blood. Hawthorne Ridge, Michigan, wasn't the kind of place where horrors were supposed to happen. It was a quiet suburban town tucked between maple-lined streets and aging brick houses, the kind of place where elderly neighbors waved from their porches, children rode their bikes until the street lights flickered on, and teens hung out at the local frozen yogurt shop after school. A town where tragedy felt impossible. 17-year-old Lara McKinney fit perfectly into that picture. Smart, artistic, a little shy, the kind of girl teachers adored. Her dark curly hair was usually tucked behind oversized headphones, her notebooks were filled not with homework but with pencil drawings, and her laughter, soft and genuine, was something everyone remembered. Her parents said she had just one dream, to get into art school in Chicago. To finally live somewhere loud enough to drown out the quiet. But there was another teenager in Hawthorne Ridge, one who didn't dream of college, or travel, or anything beyond the glow of their phone. Someone whose world lived inside a screen. His name was Evan Rourke. 16 years old. Sharp cheekbones, messy blonde hair, and a constant, wired intensity behind his eyes. He wasn't popular at school, but online? Online, he was someone. He ran a TikTok account called Evan Raw, filled with edgy pranks, creepy dares, and nighttime explorations of abandoned buildings. He had a loyal fan base, a few thousand followers who applauded his reckless stunts. And Evan wanted more. He wanted the algorithm to love him. He wanted to be unstoppable. And he didn't care what it took. No one in Hawthorne Ridge could have predicted how far he would go. How far he did go. Or how a single night would shatter everything. It began the way many dark stories begin, with obsession disguised as ambition. Evan had been stuck at 14.8k followers for 3 months. No matter what prank he pulled, jumping fences, stealing yard decorations, fake jump scare videos, the views barely moved. His frustration grew into something acidic. Meanwhile, Lara McKinney had just gone viral by accident. She had posted a 10-second video of her drawing a hyper-realistic eye. By morning, it had 600,000 views. By afternoon, 1.2 million. A local teen gaining a following without even trying? It infuriated Evan. She doesn't even want fame, he ranted in one of his deleted live streams. She just breathes and people worship her. I grind every day. She gets it handed to her. But what really set him off was the comment section. People comparing them. People tag him. People saying things like, Lara's content is real talent, not like Evan Raw's fake pranks. Evan could never draw something like this. This is what a real creator looks like. The more people praised Lara, the more Evan's resentment twisted into something darker. Then came the night that pushed him over the edge. Lara posted a TikTok of herself painting a mural in her bedroom. It wasn't meant to be special. Just a quiet moment of creativity. But it hit 3 million views in 12 hours. And Evan decided, in that moment, that he needed to create something bigger. Something the algorithm couldn't ignore. Something unforgettable. Something horrifying. It was October 14th, cold enough that the breath of anyone outside hung in the air like ghosts. Lara was home alone after school. Her parents were at a charity event. Her younger brother was at a friend's house. At 6:17 p.m., she posted a TikTok, a simple time-lapse of her sketching a portrait. At 6:31, Evan posted a video titled, Tonight. I prove I'm the #1 creator in this town. Nobody understood what he meant. Most assumed it was just another dumb prank. But at 7:04 p.m., Lara's next-door neighbor heard something. A scream, short and muffled. A crash. Then silence. Lights flickered in the McKinney house. A shadow moved past the window. Something felt wrong. But the neighbor hesitated. In Hawthorne Ridge, nothing bad ever really happened. Maybe it was the TV. Maybe it was nothing. At 7:21 p.m., Evan uploaded a second TikTok. It was filmed outside. The camera pointed toward the ground, street lights glowing behind him. He was breathing hard. The caption read, "Are you ready for the big one? Smiling face with horns, fire, don't blink." The video got 200 comments in minutes. At 7:47, Lara's parents came home. The front door was unlocked. The hall lights were off. Their daughter's sketchbook lay open on the floor, pages bent. And upstairs, they found the body of their teenage daughter, her headphones still around her neck, her art supplies scattered like broken wings. Police later confirmed it had been quick, but deliberate. Personal. Close. Something only someone young, reckless, and desperate could have carried out. Nothing had been stolen. Nothing was missing. Except Lara's phone. The investigation began immediately. Detective Marlene Grady, a woman known for her sharp instincts and colder questions, was assigned the case. Within the first hour, two things stood out. There was no forced entry. Someone had wiped the doorknob clean. At first, detectives wondered if Lara had known her attacker. A classmate? A friend? Then, at 9 p.m., social media exploded. Evan Rohr posted another TikTok. Black background. Distorted music. A quick flash of something, gray, blurred, impossible to identify. Commenters argued whether it was a prank or something more sinister. Detective Grady watched it 3 times before saying, "This wasn't just posted tonight. This was planned." Then she made a chilling connection. Lara had exactly 3 million followers that day. Evan had been stuck at 14.8K. She pulled up Evan's profile. Then she froze. His follower count had jumped by 20,000 in the last hour. "Find him," she ordered. But Evan was already gone. The search for Evan Rohr became one of the largest in Hawthorne Ridge's history. SWAT teams, K9 units, helicopters, the entire town became a grid of flashing lights and whispered fear. Detectives interviewed classmates. Some said Evan had been becoming weirdly intense. Others claimed he'd been jealous of Lara's artistic success. One girl said, "He talked about doing something that would make him a legend. We thought he meant streaking the football field or something, not this." Meanwhile, a digital forensics team worked on Evan's TikTok account. What they found made Detective Grady's stomach twist. There were private drafts. 12 of them. Footage he hadn't posted yet. The first draft showed Evan walking toward the McKinney house, filmed from across the street. Heavy breathing behind the camera. The second showed him crouched beside a window, whispering. "She doesn't even lock it. See? She wants me to come in." Drafts 3 through 9 were even more disturbing. Clips of Lara walking home from school, Lara sketching by the classroom window, Lara at the grocery store. She hadn't noticed him. Not once. But he had been filming her for months. And then there was the 10th draft. The camera pointed at a wooden bat on the ground. The caption read, "Tonight. 10 p.m. Don't miss it." Detective Grady felt a chill crawl up her spine. This wasn't grief for Lara. This wasn't even rage. It was fear. Fear that Evan wasn't done. At 10:06 p.m., hundreds of people received a TikTok notification. Evan Rohr has started a live video. Detective Grady yelled for tech teams to trace it. Officers gathered around screens. The live stream loaded, grainy, shaking, filmed in darkness. Evan's voice whispered, "Hey, everyone. Told you something big was coming." Behind him, faint headlights glowed. He was somewhere outdoors. Somewhere remote. "You all wanted real content," he said. "No more fake pranks. No more stage scares. You wanted me to go bigger." His breathing quickened. "So I did." He turned the camera. Just for a moment. Enough to show a second person in the background, tied, crying, terrified, rope digging into their wrists. Detectives froze. It wasn't Lara. It was another teenager. 14. Alive. Barely. The live stream cut out. And chaos erupted. The entire town went into lockdown. Parents dragged their children inside. Police issued alerts. Highways were shut down. Detective Grady didn't sleep. Neither did the McKinney family. At 11:14 p.m., they located Evan's phone signal. An abandoned campground outside town. Officers swarmed the woods, flashlights cutting through the trees. At 11:32 p.m., they found something. Not Evan. Not the missing teen. A message. Carved into the bark of a tree. Part 1 was for her. Part 2 is for all of you. And below it, a TikTok QR code. A new account. An account called EvanRaw_2. The real show begins tomorrow. Detective Grady felt her heart drop. This wasn't a chase anymore. It was a performance. And Evan was still in control. Fame is a strange thing. It can make ordinary people feel powerful, even invincible. But in the darkest corners of the internet, where the line between entertainment and cruelty blurs, some stop caring about what's right and start caring only about what gets views. Laura Kinney was a victim of more than a murderer. She was a victim of a world that rewards shock over kindness, chaos over compassion, fear over talent. But the nightmare didn't end with her. Tonight, somewhere out there, a teenage killer is still recording. Still planning. Still hungry for applause. And his next live stream hasn't started yet. So I'll leave you with one question. If someone commits evil for fame, and millions watch, who's really to blame? I want to hear from you, in the comment below. Stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for watching. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button for more untold stories, and make sure you click the notification bell so you don't miss part 2.